Hey, this is Deborah, the voice for fitness and the author of Navigating Fitness After 50, your GPS for choosing programs and professionals you can trust. And I'm about to go away for a few days for a conference. And I always stumble across on my social media feeds questions or comments, posts from other people about challenges that they're having. In particular, summertime, we're all concerned with going sleeveless, losing a little bit more weight, looking a little bit thinner, and people concerned with gaining weight when they go away on vacation. Well, I want to give you a couple of tips. So this may seem like overkill if this is not anything that you've ever thought about doing, but I think we all know we need to plan ahead a little bit. So if you're going to eat well, it doesn't happen by accident. You get into the habit of making good choices, you tend to make them more often, and you do it, but you've got to do it with some planning because our lives are just so scurried right now, right? We're going from this schedule to a hurried meeting, and if we don't plan for it, we don't have a snack. We get caught without water. We go too long between lunch and dinner. We go too long between lunch and then when we're going to work out, and we don't have the right kind of energy and fuel to do it. Vacation is no different, and traveling is no fun. So anymore, you can find things in the airport, so if you can choose well if you want to. The problem is when you get a little stressed, when you've missed a plane, you've missed a connection, or things aren't going quite right for you in your travel, you're missing luggage, you're going to be a little stressed and you're going to be more likely not to eat the right thing unless you happen to have it on you and you've already planned ahead. So here's what I do, some really quick things. When I go anywhere, I always try to plan to eat that first meal of the day in my hotel room. So I get up really early, I like to work, I like to go for a run or do something and exercise first thing in the morning. Now you may not want to do that, but it's always nice to get that first meeting out of the way and under your control. So if you give in at that first breakfast, that first meal of the day, chances are you're going to tend to kind of blow it the rest of the day too, or think, I blew it, instead of getting right back on track and thinking of it just as a meal. It's what we tend to do. My clients tend to do that anyway. So let me show you what I take. Here's my breakfast menu and then what I pack in my travel case. So I like protein. I like this brand. It's gold standard, whatever works for you, but I'm a 30 grams of protein 3 times a day girl. Especially now that I'm over 50, I want to make sure that I maintain the muscle that I have. And I know it's my best friend for eating well, not overeating at the next meal if I've had 30 grams of protein at the meal before. So it's crucial. Hardest to do first thing in the morning. What I do in my hotel room so that I can travel with it really well is I go to the store the night before if I haven't got it in the cupboard, and I buy instant oatmeal. So I try to buy something that's lower in sugar, but what's more important to me than that even is that it's got protein in it. So this has 4 grams of protein per serving. That's not nearly enough, right? So I add the protein powder to it. This is just one of those, you make hot water, you've got your in-room coffee maker, you can do that really easily, or a microwave quite often. Use hot water, you stir in the oatmeal, let it sit a little bit, and then I stir in the protein powder, and I'm good to go. So on top of that, just to add some antioxidants, a little bit more protein, and then eat them at all different times of day, I buy mixed nuts to take with me. Now some people like raw, I like salted. And I claim that because I sweat, I can have a little salt. So you have to deal with that yourself. Some people might opt to do craisins or raisins or other dried fruit or coconut mixed in it as well. I just go with nuts and my oatmeal and my protein, stir them all together, and I'm good to go. So I don't carry this in my suitcase. What I do is I get baggies, small snack size baggies or larger baggies. So usually I put one in my carry-on, which is my computer case, and one in my suitcase with the rest of my snacks. Then I always buy a couple bars that are lower in sugar. Kind bars work really well in my book. because they are very natural. Yep, high in fat. Not necessarily low in calories, but they keep you sated. You're satisfied, you don't want something else. When someone walks by with a bowl of ice cream or frozen yogurt full of sugar, you're not tempted. So it works for me. Find some things that work for you to keep you on whatever is normal and more regular for your habit at home. And you might even find that when you travel, you start eating better because you're more conscious of it. And if you start off like that first thing in the morning, you'll be ready to go for sightseeing, conferencing, presenting, whatever it is that you're doing. So I hope you have a great trip. And if that was helpful, click right here. And I'll see you on the Active Aging Secrets if you're not there already.